Hello everyone, how's it going? It is me, Jack here, and welcome to episode number 3 of the Football Manager 2025 save with Bolton Wanderers. Since the last episode where we played Leeds United in the Cup and Lincoln City in the league, we've played a plethora of games off camera where we've had some mixed form, which I'm going to tell you about now before we play Huddersfield Town at home and Rotherham United away. So since the Lincoln City game, we played Wolverhampton's under-21s in the first group game of the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. We won that by 4-0 with a heavily rotated side. Goals by Keon Ateti, Lawless and Collins got us that victory. After that, we played a friendly against Ashton United where we won 6-1. And from then, after such a really good start to the season, the form dipped. We suffered our first defeat of the season in the league at home against Northampton Town. 2 goals from this man, Tyler Roberts, who has only scored 2 goals for them, and both came against us. Aaron Collins got the only goal for us in the game, but it was quite surprising to see that we lost that fixture. And after that, we bounced back, so to speak, with a 1-0 victory. Bit of a different game, this one, because we lost Thomason as we made it 1-0, and we just were able to hang on and beat the Brewers by 1-0. From then, we drew 2-2 against newly promoted Wrexham. They opened the scoring as Jordi Assay 2-2 put the ball into his own net, and we equalised through Aaron Collins. Subsequently made it 2-1 just on the brink of half-time thanks to Ricardo Santos, but Paul Mullen equalised in the second half to make it 2-2, and the game finished like that. Away against difficult Leyton Orient, they're in the playoffs before this game. They beat us by 4-2. Only McAtee was able to equalise for us. And again, Aaron Collins with a late goal in the first half got us the 2-1 lead at the break, but they just came out fighting in the second half, battered us, and we lost by 4-2. And after that, I actually had a meeting with some of the players because they believed that the morale was very low. And if I show you the dynamics, this is down to the fact that they still don't really support me because of my reputation. I've got a strong relationship with some players, but my reputation is quite low compared to the players. And because of that, the club atmosphere was something like low, and they wanted a meeting with me. And as they go, Ricardo Santos had a meeting with me about the poor dressing room. We sorted it. I just said he might have to sell some players in the January, in the summer because of it. They're happy. And because of the recent okay run of form, they're back on my side, which is brilliant. And they were back on my side after we thumped Blackpool by 6-0. Dempsey, Randall, Sean, Collins, Santos, Lolo, 6 different goal scorers means we won that game by 6-0. Then we played in the Bristol Street Motors again, where we faced against Bradford. We changed the team again. The game finished 2-2. They won on penalty, so they got the extra point. 10-0 in a friendly, and then since then in the league, 2 draws, 0-0 away against Crawley, nothing happened, and unfortunately we couldn't hold on against Reading. They got a goal back after Victor Adebayo scored and Harvey Nibbs equalised. So that is why, and then one more against Wrexham. This game I was absolutely so disappointed with. We were 3-0 down by half-time, even though I rotated the squad fairly. We made it 3-3 through goals from Benassi, Adebayo and Collins, and then we lost it on penalties. Now, as I've just told you there, Benassi, you'd be thinking, who is he? Well, we made a signing because after the window, I had loan offers made by some clubs, and it made me think, you can get free agents. So I looked at the free agent market. I told you in the last episode I wanted a midfielder. So I brought in Marco Benassi, and he looks like a really good central midfielder coming in on a free. He's spent a load of his time, or all of his career, in Serie A. He's decided to drop down to League One and play that box-to-box / centre mid role for us. The only problem I've got with him is he is fairly susceptible to injury, but he has made a decent impact in cup competitions. But you'll be thinking, hang on a second, best centre mid at the club, why is he not playing in the league? Well, I made a bit of an error. When I signed him, I came to register him and I thought, totally forgot. All of our players are registered and I can't cancel a player to register him. So someone's going to have to drop out, and that player is going to be Ricardo Santos. He's going to drop out in January because unfortunately he is out for 7 to 10 months. It's been a while since I've got a cruciate ligament injury. That's bad. And he picked up an injury, I think, was it It was in a training session. He's only just recently picked it up. He's out for 10 months. Then I've just had this email, Carl Dempsey, one of our best midfielders, he's picked up a 3 to 4 month injury, jumping to get the ball in training. I don't know what's happening in our training sessions, but they are really intense as players are picking up injuries left, right and centre. So that's left us without, obviously we haven't got Benassi in midfield. We haven't got Dempsey now. Our two best midfielders are gone. Jay Matete is still out for another 2 months as well. So we're really light on numbers at the minute thanks to these injuries. Joel Randall is out for 5 weeks, one of our winger options. And I think we've had McAtee's had a few knocks as well. We really have been low in terms of numbers. And that's why I've had to switch up the formation for the game. We're going to put McAtee in that cam position because really we haven't got anyone else to play. We haven't got the bodies to play that CDM role. So I'm going to play McAtee in cam, hoping that he can make an impact, because I think it was against Blackpool we did this formation change and it actually worked really well. Yeah, Randall played at the cam position because we had Aaron Collins was out with a little knock. No, Collins played on the left. Keon Ateti, I think, might have been injured, so I went with Adebayo up front. And actually, he's been a decent player for us, to be fair. Made some goals, played really well. So at the minute, he's been our starting striker as we head on to this game against Huddersfield Town. And hopefully we can make an impact in this game. Owen Tull wants a contract, which is surprising given we're only in October. You've played 6 games. However, he is only on £2,000 a week. How much do you want? I'll give you 5. I'll give you 5,000. Game promotion to the Championship this season. Ooh, can you do it next? No, he wants it now. Well, I'm just going to have to give it to him. 5.5 grand. I didn't think I'd be doing contracts, but here we are. Let's give you £300. I'll give you a wage rise if we get promoted. Are you happy with that? Not really. Would you take 5,750? Oh, it's been really tight for it. 6k. Happy with that? Yep, I'll discuss that contract with you. Yeah. To be fair, the reason I'm giving it him as well is because he is one of our best centre backs at the club. And he's actually going to be our starting best centre-back with Ricardo Santos injured. Finances, as a result, that Benassi offer means we are just slightly over budget, but that's not too bad. We're still projected to be in the red by the end of the season. However, I do think Benassi is a clever signing because we need a centre mid, and he is a good player. He's had a lot of experience in in Syria, so hopefully he's going to be able to make an impact for us in this side. Just answering a few press conference questions here. Oh my days, another one. You've got to be kidding. We are absolutely not looking in with these injuries. 4 to 5 weeks, and it's actually starting to suffer our league position as well. We're only 6th in the league. It's why I'm playing Huddersfield, because I thought this is a big match in our playoff ambitions. We're 6th in the league, 9 points with the game in hand on Exeter City. Birmingham quite rightly atop unbeaten. We've sort of thought that would happen. But the club vision, C+, they're kind of happy with what's happening. They're expecting us to be in the playoffs this season, but alarm bells will be ringing inside Bolton Wanderers owners' heads if we don't get in there this season. It's vital that we do if we want to have a good opportunity to keep our job. But another injury, and I think I was going to play Gethin Jones today. No, I wasn't. Luckily, wasn't going to play him. However, we are fully stocked at right back, and he is also a good player because he can play at centre back. However, Luke Matherson's been really good at that right back position. Has actually been keeping him out of that role, which is why we're playing him today at right back. Baxter will go and go. We'll play this duo of Toll and Forrester, which arguably are going to be our partnership till the end of the season. Asay Tutu will be at left back. Thomason and Sheehan will be the new partnership in midfield until we can register Benassi. He is available for the cup competitions. That's why he played in the leasing.com. The leasing.com, God, that was years ago. The Bristol Street Motors tournament. Sean will be on the right with McAtee at cam. Aaron Collins is going to be playing off the left-hand side due to Victor Adebayo's good run of form. On the bench, Southwood, Dakwas Cogley, Murphy, Farino, Lawless, Mendes Gomez and Ateti. Let's get straight into this match as we play Huddersfield Town, who really at the minute haven't had the best start to the season. Let's try and make our home form count for something today. They aren't really doing as well as I thought I'd be. I thought they'd be up there with with Birmingham City as they look to try and bounce back into the Championship. But, you know, strange things happen in this league. Wrexham have just been promoted as I record this at the minute. They've just been promoted. The first team to go back to back to back, I think I read as well. So phenomenal. They're not doing the same thing here in this save so far. However, they're only 6 points off Stockport County, and that's the beauty of League One. Everything's so tight that anyone can beat anyone, and it's why we've had the results the way we have at the minute. However, it's super important we try and get points out of this game today, because if we don't and we slip down the table, as I say, the job will be coming to Kiwa, and I do not want to end this save early because of a sacking. As Karoma comes forward, the ball squares it to Reece Healy, and Huddersfield lead by 1-0. That is an unfortunate way to start the game. They just controlled the ball beautifully there. Ruskin playing a lovely through ball, which just cuts out Matheson and Sean, and he squares it back to Healy, who gets in between the two defenders and gets their first goal of the game. Immediately after 7 minutes into the game, another highlight falls to the possession of Huddersfield. They're playing the ball forward, looking for that forward pass. Marshall gets it on the right-hand side this time. Osei Tutu with a good block. He's back at left back at the minute, and he's doing all right there, but Sheehan not doing so well. I've actually had a meeting with Sheehan about his form because he's been so poor. He started to pick it up in the last game, but he was really, really poor, just getting continuous 6.4, 6.5 average ratings. So hopefully now he knows he's got to step up in that midfield role, he'll be able to do so. As Forrester passes it to Thomason squares it to Matheson. Now he can attack the pitch, fires the ball through to Victor Adebayejo, and that is a brilliant goal by the striker. A man who was expected to be third choice for us this season, I'm not going to lie, in place of Collins and Ateti, but he's really, really coming up good here. As 3 minutes later, we've got another highlight. The ball's cleared away by the striker, who has been clinical so far in the early part of the season, as Forrester puts a dangerous looking tackle in. However, the ball is claimed by Baxter, and the highlight will just continue on as normal. Nathan Baxter holds on to it, finds Sheehan, who knocks it to Collins. Collins is controlling it, finds Luke Matheson, who's got a lot of space on the right-hand side. Someone's trying to track back, but he's going to put another ball in the box, who finds McAtee. And 12 minutes in, again, we've gone 1-0 down, but we've turned the game on its head, and we lead by 2 goals to 1. It's been a common theme so far. We go a goal down, but we're able to come back and get the goals. Let's hope now we can just try and settle into this game and try and get some more. But again, another highlight currently taking place. Collins has controlled the ball, plays a lovely pass through to Sheehan. What can he do with it? Can't put a ball in the area and plays a bad back pass through. But Osei Tutu tracking really well there to his man, gets the ball. Sean fires it to Luke Matheson, and the ball is blocked by Jonathan Hogg and goes out for a Bolton corner. What an action-packed game this has been to show you. As Sean will take the corner. Ball whipped in. Matheson's at the front post, but not very tall. Doesn't connect with the header. Sheehan back to Matheson. To Toll. Toll is going to find the pass, but it's not amounted to anything. Luke Matheson's developing into a really good right back. He's been the man who I wasn't expected to be as strong as he was this season, but he really is developing lovely. As McAtee is found by the pass from Sean, and we make it 3-1 now. 21 minutes on the clock. As the Irish dances in the corner. I think that's the second time we've seen that in this series. Brilliant finish. We lead by 3 goals to 1. McAtee's got his second, and he's proving to me why maybe this switch in formation could be a positive sign. Having that man slightly further forward helps us to be a bit more creative rather than sitting back with the central defensive midfielder. As we have the ball again, I say 2-2 fires an effort in, but yeah, the least said about that one, the better, as the ball goes wayward. Doesn't hit the target at all. They have a number of players who are a lot more tired compared to us, namely their wing backs and their attackers. So we'll look to exploit that as we make our way into the final period of this first half. It seems to have gone on forever and is going to continue on with yet another highlight. Toll to Forrester. Forrester finds a C2-2 on the left-hand side. What can he do with it? Finds it to Collins. finds Sheehan, but Sheehan's been brought down quite strongly by Tom Lees, and it looks to be a penalty. Lees hasn't been given a red card. However, Collins can step up. Surprised McAtee's not taking it to complete his hat-trick. Collins shoots, finds the bottom corner. And who would have predicted this before a ball was kicked? Bolton Wanderers 4, Huddersfield Town 1. An excellent start to proceedings here, as we are leading 4-1. Goodness me, another highlight. Evans to Hodge. Hodge keeping possession of the ball. Finds Tom Lees, who's looking to try and prove the doubters wrong after giving away a penalty. Forrester picks it up. Finds a lovely ball to Thomason, who's got a load of space there. It's a shame he wasn't able to move forward with it. He's passing it backwards, this time to Sheehan. Back to Forrester, give it back to Thomason. He's got loads of space. I looked at which player could do the box-to-box run. I chose Thomason over Sheehan just for the fact that he's got more stamina. But unfortunately, the passing ability was a bit off there, as Reece Healy has been able to put the ball into the back of the net. Thomason makes a mistake there. He's not had the composure to find the ball. He's rushed the pass, and a great bit of fast movement from Huddersfield means that the goal is given to them, and we have a corner just before half-time. The ball finds Toole in the area, who's got a bit of time, finds a C2-2, puts it in. Sheehan should have hit the back of the net with that effort. He hasn't been able to do so, and the ball goes over. And I mean, this must be a record for the most highlights on key highlights ever in Football Manager, as there's yet another highlight with Luke Matheson charging forward on the right-hand side. McAtee beats his man brilliantly, cuts inside. He's got all the space. McAtee, you are the man. John McAtee is the star of the show today. That is a phenomenal finish into the roof of the net. Let's see that one again. I've dropped my pen in disbelief. John McAtee beats one, beats two, cuts inside, and that is a fantastic finish. He blasts it home past Chris Maxwell. And finally, the first half ends, and the score is Bolton 5, Huddersfield Town 2. It was like that game in the first episode, Barnsley, wasn't it? Did they win 8 something in the end? Was it Barnsley? I think it was Barnsley, who won by about 8 goals. This could have even more goals in it as the second half commences. Reece Healy can't connect with the header, but the ball falls to Hogg, and they now have a third. Today is not a day for the defences, as there is loads and loads of stuff happening in this match. I can't even breathe, there's that much. There's only been 7 shots on target. We've scored 5 goals. They've had 4 shots on target, yet scored 3. The game is by no means over, though, because if they get another goal back, we are on the back foot. Thomason to Sheehan could find a great ball there. Instead, goes for the speculative effort, and the ball strikes the post. We've hit the hour mark now. Everyone's playing superbly. You don't know who to take off. Luke Matheson is on a hat-trick of assists and a 9.6 average rating. He's playing brilliantly so far at right back. Forrester has possession, finds Thomason. We've got to be careful in midfield. We're losing this ball far too easily, and Miller could make it 4 for Huddersfield, and he really should have done better there. Should have done a lot better with that. He'd be kicking himself for that one, as we again look to try and play out from the back and into midfield. Sean, I think the pass to the right back would have been better. Instead, he's fired it to Adebayo, and we've lost the ball. Ward now with it on the left-hand side. Finds Hogg. He split the 2 defenders there, shoots and hits the side netting. Right, what can we do to change this up? As you can see, we've just got nobody really to bring on in terms of a central midfielder. The attack's playing fantastically, but I'm going to take off. What do you do? There's literally, I don't know what to do. There's no point taking off a C2 because he's having a good game and the right back's having a good game. We'll go till about 10 minutes, then I might drop McAtee off and just play with that 5 at the back system as we look to keep hold of this game. Let's see. Right, 80th minute mark now. We'll just drop it to a balanced mentality, and we'll open the tactic spreadsheet. Drop McAtee out and play Farino, and we'll play sort of with this right wing back kind of role. We'll give ourselves a little bit of something different up top by using Mendes Gomez and Ateti. And I just want you to see this result through in the final few minutes. As the clock ticks down, we'll drop it to cautious now, as I think this game is going in our favour. 5 minutes to go, dropping it to defensive. This result will take us into 5th in the league, should it finish like it does, and it does. Hat-trick for McAtee, 5 goals in the first half. I'm very happy with that. I'm focusing more on the positives here as I look to try and build up the morale of the squad. But as you can see by the league table, that takes us up into 5th place with a game in hand on Exeter and Wycombe. Birmingham have lost a game. Oh no, they haven't lost a game. They just haven't played, as I think they're not playing internationals. I've missed a game due to an international break as well, which has meant that we're a game behind some of the other teams. But because of that, Exeter and Wycombe have jumped up into 1st and 2nd. So what we'll do now is we'll advance ahead and we'll look forward to playing Rotherham United away, where hopefully we can get an equally as good a result. So we've made it to the Rotherham game, and I've just made 2 changes to the lineup from the team that started that last fixture. I've brought in Chris Farino at left centre-back, and I've brought in... no, that's it. I've just brought in Chris Farino because I think can't really concede that many goals again using that same defence. So I've just decided to change it up slightly as we look to beat Rotherham United. They've got some strong players in their team. Pelly... Ruddock Panzu, Reece James, Andre Green. Clark Harris is a person who really can score goals in this division, so we can't afford to give him much space today, which is why we've made a bit of a change at the back. Rotherham United sit bottom half at the minute in this league, whereas obviously we've just got into the playoffs, so hopefully we can get a positive result. I know we've got Birmingham City to come in a few games' time, so it's really critical that we continue to pick up points as they are the team to be at the minute. So fingers crossed we can do something here. Come on, Bolton. I can see there 10,000 people have turned up for this game. They've got a few tired legs amongst theirs. Luckily, we gave ours a day's rest, so the Rebs come back fit and ready for this game. Just keep an eye on Geordie Asay that he doesn't get a booking as well, because if he does, he's suspended for a match, which would be disappointing as he's put in some great performances at that left-back role. Such a really versatile player, and his versatility will be needed here as we inevitably will probably pick up more injuries this season. Can't believe how many we've picked up so far. I've never experienced anything like that at all. I even changed the physio back room to hopefully pick up. I don't know whether it's a thing in FM, but if you pick up physios that have got high physiotherapy, I always think you're going to get less injuries. Does everyone else do that just for that reason? Might just be me. I'm not sure. Speaking of injuries, Luke Matheson now has an injury, so we're going to use Asay at right back, and we're going to bring in Josh Dagras-Cogley to play at left back. You couldn't make it up. I've literally just called that. I've called a right back injury, and I'm now having to use Asay at right back. Now, what's going to happen here? Hopefully not, but we'll end up seeing an injury. Well, to be fair, it was only an orange injury for Matheson. What I was going to say is that Matheson will be out for a few weeks. Then I've literally only got Asay and Dagras-Cogley, but I don't think he'll be out for that long. And it did say he was recovering from it on the pitch, but I always take them off when he's on an orange injury because I think unless the game is really critical, I might have kept him on, but I don't want him to get injured anymore. As Asay shows me why he's an equally good right back as he is at left back, as he puts in a spectacular ball. And it's that man again, Victor Adebayo, who scores and delivers a great ball. Shout out to Sean there for the pre-assist as he plays a lovely ball to Asay, who delivers an equally as good a ball into Adebayo, and we lead by 1-0. I'm intrigued. As you scored goals, he scored 11 for Burton Albion. I know he played for Barnsley, but he never really did anything for them. But a few seasons ago, he had an okay season. However, he's come in this season and been fantastic. He's finding his goal-scoring form in a Bolton shirt. Kelly finds the ball now on the right-hand side as they look to get their first attack of the game. And another player who scored goals in this division, Clark Harris, unfortunately for them, is unable to find the goal. Collins intercepts, hoofs the ball clear, back to Collins. The highlight continues. Aaron Collins beats one defender, beats a second, but Pelly, Ruddock and Panzu, such a good player for Luton all those years, and he is a really good player in FM as well. He's got that stamina and he's all over the park. I've used him before in a save Brilliant play. Andre Green on the left now for Rotherham. This highlight focuses again on them attacking. Powell has the space and I think should really be doing better with that chance. Had lots and lots of time on the ball, but doesn't do anything with it. As that's their highlight over. Looking at James Rafferty. I think it's a thing, isn't it? Wing backs on this save and on this game just always injured. They never seem really to get rotated very much, but we'll use that to our advantage as Victor Adebayo suffered a bruised shin. Now, it hasn't come up on here like it did with the Matheson injury, so I'm going to keep my eye on him. Don't want that shin turning into anything else. Powell shoots. Rotherham coming into it in the back end of this first half. Let's just drop the mentality to balanced as we look to tighten up and end the first half. A goal up. 5 minutes of added time. Let's drop it to defensive and get through the first half unscathed. It's still 1-0 Bolton as we tell the boys, don't get complacent. You can't lose faith because if we get complacent, we're going to lose this game. That seemed to demotivate C2, but I'm sure he won't let that affect his performance as Josh Sheehan plays nearly a ball through to Dakras Cogley. He's able to get there though. Put it inside to Collins. Thomason's on the edge of the area. That's a great goal. That is a great finish from George Thomason, who, wow, that's his first goal of the season. But to be fair, has been utilised as that ball-winning midfielder since the start of the season. He gets put in that box-to-box run. He's there at the edge of the D, just ready. And he opens fire, shoots and strikes it perfectly. And right from the second half, we've come out and we've got that goal. That is a brilliant goal from George Thomason as we give ourselves that cushion, which I think is so good when you have that cushion available to you. Sean on a 6.6 as well as McAtee. I think we need to change these up a little bit. Let's bring on Mendes Gomez and I'll take McAtee off a little bit later. As we did in the last game, just say to him, there's no pressure on you today, Gomez. Not going to put anything on you. Just make sure we come out with this with 3 points. That's the main thing. As we've got 20 minutes left. Still leading by 2-0. I tell you what, now is probably the time to take McAtee off. He hasn't had the 3 goals that he got in the last game. We'll take him off and we will, because I haven't got a CDM, I'm just going to go to the 5 at the back again and we'll raise a C2 to play as that wing back on attack. I think we'll drop the mentality down to balanced as well and I think we'll just go with that for now. 10 minutes to go. Hopefully we can just get across the line now and get this game done and dusted. Into the 85th, we'll drop it to cautious and we'll just waste some time as we bring on a Teti. Oh, I can't bring on a Teti because, of course, I took off Matheson and that uses an interval, doesn't it, as a sub. We don't have sub injuries, unfortunately. As highlight right before the end of the game, we're still on that cautious mentality, but we are forward with the ball. Mendes Gomez puts it to Sheehan and he seals the 3 points. Josh Sheehan had a good episode today, Josh Sheehan, and he finishes it off well as we look to get all 3 points out of this game. And most importantly, I think, keep a clean sheet. Well done, boys. Brilliant way to finish the episode. And what an episode it's been. 2 wins, 3 point gap, game in hand. We win it, we'd go 6 points off the top of the league. Brilliant stuff. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. If you've enjoyed it, please do hit the like button, comment and subscribe to the channel already. And if you haven't already, and I think I'll come back probably around Christmas time before the window starts as we look to keep this playoff place with Bolton Wanderers. Thank you very much for watching and I'll catch you for the next episode very soon. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.